Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be taking a look at Architects of the West Kingdom by Shem Phillips and S.J. McDonald, published by Garphill Games. Now this does include the expansion for Architects of the West Kingdom, the Age of Artisans, and as you'll see here, we actually are going to do the combination trick for the boxes in order to give the game a bit of extra lift and to keep it nice and tight. These boxes are very dense, so they're going to be supported really well. Without further ado, let's take a look inside. Now this copy is fully sleeved and does include a lot of promo components, and you'll see right off the bat we have many organizers inside. So first off, we have a standard box. You can use any type of cardboard box. I think this is actually from some perfume, Kendra Scott, but inside it works really well for what it needs. So you can also definitely just use a plastic bag for this, but I do like having all of the cards in a box here so I can just simply pull it out and it's ready to go. The opening up of a lid is much easier than it is to open up a plastic bag, in my opinion. So you've got all the cards sleeved here. You got your mini cards as well as your larger cards, your reference cards, your specialist cards, and your building cards. So everything fits in here card-wise. Once again, just use a plastic bag if you don't have a box, but any box will do. Next, you have on the left here, just in plastic bags, you're just going to have all of the different player pieces. So these are for all the different player colors. This includes the artisan meeple for each. So all 6 over there. You also have the, I think this is the tax house. This is where you're gonna put all your money. It's got a nice little divot in here so that you can store everything. It doesn't spill out. Really nice, and it keeps the artwork from the game board. In this plastic bag, you're gonna have the cards that you're not gonna be pulling out every game. These are the solo cards. So with this box, everything you pull out, you play with. This one, you take it or leave it. You might not use this ever. So just put that in a separate plastic bag on the left there. Got a silica gel packet in here for freshness. And then at the top here, we have our containers. So these are 10 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. They're nice little ramekins. You simply pop the lid off, put it under, and you're ready to go. Super simple, super nice, and it's easy to pass around the table. You can also set them next to the different depots that produce these resources. That way, they're right there, so when you take the action, you can take the good as well. So you've got 5 of these for the different resources. So gold, stone, wood, and brick. And then on the left here, we have another type of organizer. This is from the Dollar Tree. It's a bit larger than these smaller ramekins, but it serves the same purpose. These are 4 for $1 at the Dollar Tree, but you can use any type of organizers to replace these. And if you need to, you can use bags, but I would definitely recommend you find a small, tiny organizer. So if you're around the country, different country, you can use places like Daiso. Any type of dollar store will work. So you simply pop the top off, put it under, same style, but this fits these coins perfectly for those metal coins. So I really like those. And then underneath, you're going to have all your flat components. This is going to be your score pad. You've got all your different players, a whole bunch of them. So from all of the different expansions, and then you got your solo players as well. Just a whole bunch of people. You've got all of your resource boards and reminders for the Age of Artisans. Super nice. You've got your Age of Artisans overlay for the cathedral and the building sections. This one does have those reminders that you can stack people on each other. You've got a laminated score pad in case you're run out. You've got the base game rulebook for Architects of the West Kingdom. You've got the expansion rulebook for Architects Age of Artisans. You've got the reminder for your apprentice abilities and kind of like your appendix essentially. And then lastly, we've got the game board itself. And this just fits really nicely on the bottom there. And once again, we do use that Age of Artisans box at the bottom here. That way you can give some lid lift on the bottom. And this does work perfectly. It gives just enough so that everything fits in. So you just take your base game box and slide it into the lid of your Age of Artisans box. So that way when you put in the top here, it'll cover everything really nicely, and it's nice and sturdy with how it stays in. Without further ado, let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we have our base game board. We have all of our rule books. We've got our laminated sheet. We've got all of our characters. We've got our extra guild hall piece. We've got all of our ×5 and reminders. And then we've got our score pad. Then we're gonna put our box of cards here in the corner. We're gonna take the solo deck. We're gonna take the money coins, the money container. And then we're going to take all of those smaller containers and put them here. We'll take all of the player components and our silica gel packet. And then our tax zone, and put that on top. And that is organizing Architects of the West Kingdom. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. What game would you like to see organized? Do you organize your copy differently? I'd love to hear what you think. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, but I hope some of you found this useful. Thank you so much for watching. Side Game Strong.